Geocaching is a worldwide treasure hunt using coordinates as the directions to get to the geocache. It was first started by Dave Ulmer on May 2nd, 2000. It was in Portland, Oregon originally. He did so as an experiment because he wanted this was a day after GPS coordinates got more accurate, and he was interested in if you could use coordinates to pinpoint exact locations as accurately as he was being told. So he got a container, filled it with a whole bunch of crap, and put a log in there so that if anyone finds it, they could sign it, and then he could check up on it. So he put it out in the woods. He posted online. He posted coordinates to where it was and said, "Go find it." It took a couple of weeks before anybody found it, but when the first person who did find it was Mike Teague, who found it towards the end of the month, and he in turn made the GPS Stash Hunt website, which was the original geocaching website. At this point, there were still very few caches as it was still gaining popularity, and by the end of the month there were about 75 geocaches.
Just to meet me in the morning, and I thought it was strange. You said everything changed. You felt as if you just woke up, and you said.
So here's the information for this one. This one's called Little Piggies. Usually the title has some sort of hint to it, so I don't know. And difficulty is 3, terrain is 4. It's a small one, not a nano, but it's a little bit bigger. So fallen tree. Yeah, the hint is fallen tree, and this one was placed on December 26, 2009. So the hint might still be relevant because that wasn't long ago. So it's. Look at this. It's a little bit. It's just a little bit out that way. I don't know if it's going to be on a trail or not.
Right there, trails.
They don't have to be. Some can be like in the heart of the woods. That sounds crazy. In September 2000, Jeremy Irish took over the reins of GPS Stash Hunt from Mike Teague and renamed it Geocaching.com. The term geocaching was originally coined by Mike Baum, who had just kind of said geocache very casually in a post. Geo referring to geography, naturally, and cache referring to like a memory cache or like a stash of things. The term is quite literal, and after people saw the term geocache and geocaching, it just caught on. There wasn't really any particular moment that it became official. Right here, there's a fallen tree. It could be, but I feel like it would be deeper, and I feel like it would be more in this one. But I don't know, it's up to you guys.
I mean,
stop and check it out.
Let's look and see if there's more, like a better, more evident place.
It'd be funny on the way back when we find out it is.
I already see multiple pieces of the tree, so this pair is probably more likely. This is a fallen tree, so I assume this is it. Now the question is, does anybody want to reach into the fallen tree?
Nope.
Not it.
Not it.
Not it, John.
And remember, this is a small.
You guys seen anything at any other spot? I'm pretty sure you're just supposed to reach your arm in there and feel about.
Fucked up, actually.
Here, want the paperback? Woo! Found it? Yep. Nice. Oh.
Well, it took my arm.
Really? That's not even that.
That's a small.
It came with a High Tide in Hawaii audiobook. And I have some dude.
Yeah, I was looking over here.
I'll jump down and get
right
the ants
down
off
there.
of me.
Alright, do you guys want to do this stuff here or bring it back to the table?
Why would we bring it
I'd
here?
like to go
Well,
for
if
some
it's
table
comfortable for you guys here. Sam, hold
Oh,
this.
there's a pen in there.
Hold what? This.
And here's the other log.
Other log?
It's a piece of log.
Naturally. We have an audio book for High Tide in Hawaii.
I use that.
Poker chip.
You know what? I don't either. I could very
I
easily.
don't even know what this is. A tree cookie. This might be a geocoin. If it is, I still don't really know the function of geocoins enough, but I know that they...
Just to be awesome.
Yeah, kind
I
of.
think we deserve it because
These are
put
some
in-
frequent buyer cards and Eastern Research card
Yeah.
that we just put in.
I mean that's a job for someone there.
But someone's business
You know what
card.
the reason
Hot
thing
Wheels,
is? Somebody would
beads,
put things in there.
nothing really
I don't
valuable.
know what the spider-
If,
all I did was poke
is
it.
anyone taking anything? Since you left stuff, you can take it.
I think we deserve the Shawnees.
Or gator seed.
Probably Gator Shaw. That's probably the guy's little sign.
It's a nice pen.
I might go get more bug spray.
As a gator.
Caches generally come in 4 sizes: micro, small, regular, and large. Micro, which could be a micro, or if it's a little bit smaller than that, it'll be referred to as a nano, are typically very small. They could be in pill containers. I've found some that are made of duct tape, just like this big. They generally only contain a log because you can't really fit anything else in there. They're also the hardest to find naturally, just out of size, and they're usually very camouflaged, which makes them the hardest to find. The next is small, which really isn't that small. It'd be maybe a container, almost like a lunchbox size. It could be an actual lunchbox too, since caches don't actually have to be any particular material. In smalls, there's a log, a writing utensil usually, and there'll be little trinkets. There's no real rule with what kind of trinkets you put in, as long as it's not something harmful, like weapons or coke. You also can't put food into caches because animals might steal them or destroy them otherwise. Regular sized could be mostly ammo containers, which are much bigger. Usually the regular sized ones are themed. We found one recently that was food themed, contained no food, but actually it had recipes and other things like coupons to restaurants. So usually the regular sized ones are theme based. And then there's large, which I've never come across because they're rarer, but they could be like a whole chest even. Large ones could contain larger things, but for the most part it just contains more things. But as for the actual things that you find in caches, there's, I've got right here, a little marble. I actually found this one in a micro because it was a little bit bigger than normal. And if you take something out of a cache, you have to put something back into it, but you have to put something into it that's at least of the same value. So naturally I can't go put a dog turd into one and take a marble, because that would be rude. Alright, next one is Food for Thought, Pasco style. Difficulty is 2 and terrain is 2. And this one was placed much longer ago, on March 11th, 2006. And this one's a regular. By the end of 2000, geocaching had been discovered by the mass media and was reported through the New York Times. CNN did a story about it, and just through the internet, people finding out about it, it just grew substantially by the end of 2000. Geocaches can be placed in many places. The main rule about placing a geocache is that it has to be legal to get there. Public property such as parks, state parks. You can have it on the property of like a business as long as it's someplace that you could generally be. I found one near the movies once. I found one near a mini golf course. They can, if they're urban, they can be around buildings and structures. People that are not familiar with geocaching are referred to as muggles, which is taken from the Harry Potter series. I don't know who initially decided to start calling them muggles, but usually the threat of muggles is what causes people to stray away from urban caches more and focus more on rural caches. Caches generally have to be, they can be on private property only if the person placing the cache is putting it on their own property, because that signifies enough permission to be on the property to obtain it. Geocaching is also generally worldwide. There are a few countries that particularly don't like it. Ones that you would expect, like North Korea. China has a couple issues with it from what I remember. In the UK it's allowed, but lots of the streets in the United Kingdom are videotaped, so most people that are caching have been reprimanded for looking suspicious. In America, the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of the Interior wish for geocaches to not be placed in parts that might be terror threat zones, such as schools, airports, theme parks, places like that. That doesn't mean that they aren't placed there, but they generally should not be there. As for actually finding the caches on public property, it can't be buried, so it can't be in a place where it would be legal to go there, but then you'd have to commit an illegal act to obtain it. And as far as difficulty goes and safety, caches can be placed in generally dangerous areas. Caches can be placed very close to cliffs. They could be placed very deep underwater, so that you would have to get scuba gear to get it. Certain caches like that are more so for experts, and generally not the broader caching community. God bless you.
Thank you. But everybody likes to bring it back because insects are begging. They roast me from the I was just saying on the street.
Yeah, because I shook it
Where
up.
could the geocache possibly be? Did you find it? Or like how it's the response like on both sides? Like to see the map.
Does anybody else want bug spray?
Maybe after it's set.
Put that too?
Found it. Nice. Where is it? That's it. Oh, it's all thorny. Alright, let's go over. Want to go over to the...
So Warren, why do you like to geocache?
I like to geocache because I can personalize it. I have this awesome hat I wear specifically for geocaching. I have my own creative name on the geocaching website, and I can leave anything that pertains to my life in a geocache, besides actual food.
Nice answer.
Adorable.
Here we got our log, a bunch of other things for food for thought.
Oh, there's recipes in it. Piggy pictures.
A napkin.
Oh, sometimes the name...
Tootsie Roll?
Tootsie Roll!
Oh, that's food.
I guess they weren't supposed to do that, but oh well.
Another coin.
Sometimes the name of the cache
The blues.
might
we
have to
should-
do with what people might put in it,
Oh, this could be geocoins.
which would explain why this one is full of food and it's called food for thought.
Do you have the poker chip?
Wait, there's a geocoin?
Maybe
There's
there's a
the
bunch of
balloons.
What's a geocoin?
Yeah, this thing.
Pretty sure this is a geocoin.
Are you sure? There's
maybe.
quite a few of them.
Here's your yo-yo back.
Maybe. I
What
don't
about
know.
this?
Either way,
ICH?
you're not supposed to take a geocoin.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the point of it?
You're supposed to. I don't know.
Observe them?
I don't remember. I kinda get it,
Bracelet.
Recipes
Oh, I
to
do not
take.
want this bracelet.
What does it say?
Smile, Jesus loves you.
What does that say, Juan?
Smile,
Recipes to
Jesus
take?
loves you.
This one just says recipes to and it stops.
Recipes to take.
Date found, 4-4.
Well, recipes to leave, recipes to take.
Okay.
Got it. You're gonna take a
Why is
recipe?
it geocaching card?
Wait, why is there a different one for recipes to leave and recipes to take?
Exactly what you said. Oh.
Wing wags.
Wing
Best wings USA.
What's snake?
Know what we should leave in there?
What is pencil sketch? You should not put my yo-yo into a geocache.
Then you can take
Catch?
the
Why do you
Tootsie
keep
Roll.
saying? If you keep saying catch, I will put your yo-yo into a
I'll
geocache.
put you into a geocache.
Be impressive.
Unless it's one of those big
Very.
army boxes. Justin and I are going to bury in a beach.
Or are you gonna get a large ammo box?
I don't know. I
Where's
think
the
they have
log?
stuff like that at Walmart. I don't think that
I put it down.
It looks like an
right
ammo
out
box.
there.
It's not really an ammo box. But I don't really want to spend money on it.
You know the giant ammo boxes in FPS games that are just huge?
They all think it's a big one.
You can't.
Oh, look, this one was found today. Someone's in the park today doing it. Since John is the one that actually physically found this cache, I'm giving him the option of signing it first. That's not really anything on the site. That's just something that I think is courteous.
It's just courtesy.
Up to
Yeah.
you to decide who signs it first.
What?
It's up to you to decide
You know
who
what,
signs it
Justin?
Whoever finds it first.
Who's gonna
That's-
grab this
I
pen?
proposed it and nobody has had any
It's common
opposition
courtesy
towards
to
it.
let who found it sign it first, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
You said what?
Yeah. If it wasn't for me, nobody would know about this. So,
Unless we looked it up on geocaching.
yeah, but you wouldn't have.
Or read
Says
JCD a year
He
ago.
knows you, John. He knows.
Who has my map?
Did you leave the other one?
Yeah. Are you taking a recipe one? No? You can leave it. Then you can take something.
Eggplant.
I like geocaching because it's a modern day treasure hunt, and I like walking around in the woods.
Why do you guys like to geocache?
I like to think that my roots go back to the Vikings and pirates who often seeked out treasure and left their own treasure in places for others to find it.
I also think of it as a treasure hunt and time to hang out with great people, throw invisible objects, and I don't think I'm related to a Viking or a pirate though.
That's a shame.
People geocache for many reasons. The main reason is, of course, recreation. There's really no need to do this sort of thing. It's just something that people do for fun. There's also the fact that it brings people together. When I go out geocaching, I go by myself sometimes, but for the most part, I've went in groups of sometimes 2, 3, as much as even 6. As for why I geocache, on March 3rd, 2010, a user named Egbert on a site that I'm currently frequenting mentioned geocaching, and I went to the site, a little intrigued about it, thought it was really cool, and figured, okay, you know what, I'll try this. I'm really bored and it's hot in the house, I just want to get out. So I went to the nearest cache that the site gave me. I could not find it. I went back the next day with 2 friends and we found it. Since then, I've been caching. It's been about 2 months now. I've found 10, but I've searched for many. I'm still very new, so I'm naturally still getting the hang of it. The main motivation for me is it's kick-started, and progress of me losing weight and hopefully living a healthier lifestyle. I have lost 7 pounds, but I've also gained a lot of muscle since then, mostly in the calves. And I've also began walking to school more, just generally eating better. Geocaching has definitely kick-started what I will hope is going to be a very positive change in my life. So this is the presumed entrance to Sweet Tooth 2. Difficulty is 3 and terrain is 3. And this one was placed on Christmas 2008, and it's a regular sized one. And this one is much deeper, not too deep, but fairly deeper into the woods than the other ones.
Find it. That hurt a lot. Are we where we should?
Well, yeah, but we have to get to the road right there. Which way looks less thick?
Down there?
It doesn't matter to me, because I dressed
It matters to me.
That way looks like a path.
My
all
guess
of
is
that
it's
looks
right
like
in there.
Oh wait, no, this is a path too. Where's the road?
The road should be right there.
And like, where is the geocache? Where would you go? Where can we get to the road? I'm sorry.
What?
Well, this isn't even that bad compared to what I thought.
Except for people wearing shorts. Look out for thorns.
How the hell?
There's a road right there.
Well, duh, but
You're long enough.
how do we get to it?
Can we keep going?
That's like 10 feet of annoyingness.
Thorns can hinder your ability to cache.
It's a rain.
We'll find anything to walk through.
What?
I stomped a nice little trail.
We're looking down.
Where are we? Be right here.
This is the perspective. If that's there, this is much more north.
Wait, but this is a road, and the parking lot goes off of the road into that way.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we'd have to.
So where the hell are we?
We would be right there.
No, this is north on this. See,
There's a
look.
parking lot up there. Let's see if I can put this together. So this parking lot is that. Where is there a shelter?
It's a better stick.
Where do you see a shelter? Up there, there's going to be one. So like, if we can find one on here.
Wait, where do you see a shelter?
Up there. I was saying if we can find it on here, then we'll know where we are. 'Cause right now, that doesn't align at all with that. That's what I'm saying. But if... I don't know. I also don't see that, which seems like a fairly large...
Well, it's not going to be in there.
No, I mean, that exists, and Google Maps should be able to find it.
What are they doing?
I have no idea.
Yes.
I'm gonna play stick.
Stick ball!
With sticks.
The stick is the ball. Oh, what's that?
So difficult hitting a stick with another stick.
Have fun, Justin. Hey, Justin, want me to carry this stick? Pardon? I was trying to find a stick at your home.
We're too far north. Because,
Does that curve?
Pardon?
That curves to the west?
I don't know, but there's a big field up there, and there's a big field on here. And there's no other parking lots that jut off to the west.
Alright,
So
give me that. Get the freaking
This
cards over
field
there. Let's go.
is up there, so it should be just a little bit south of where this meets up with the road again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I know where we are now.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
be
I
like
understand why it was
100 feet
confusing.
off.
Guys, come on!
When you want to go geocaching, you have to go to geocaching.com. Geocaching.com is the central point of geocaching, naturally. And when you go there, you will type in your address into the search box, and it will bring up a list of all the nearby caches to you. It's sorted by closeness, and when you click on each one, it will display information for each cache. The coordinates are the most important thing, but there will also be size information, difficulty, terrain, the user who placed it. There could be hints, though hints aren't necessary. Sometimes some users will put them in. There will also be information pertaining to the cache and its location. For example, if there's one that's by a swamp, they might put like a danger sign for snakes or alligators. Any sort of thing that could be a hindrance to obtaining the cache, it'll give you information on. It'll also give you information on if it's in a place that you can't access 24/7. Pretty much anything that you would need to know before going out and about, it'll give you on the site. And also, you could see a gallery. Some people will post pictures, although the pictures can't be too revealing to where the cache is, because that ruins the purpose of it. And all the people who have ever signed the log in the cache, for the most part, they all sign the electronic log there. You can say if you found it, if you looked for it and couldn't find it, if maybe you think it's been vandalized. Any information pertaining to the cache, you can sign right there as long as you have an account. And accounts are free, but you can upgrade to a premium account for $30 a year, which gives you statistics, gives you special features, like you can plug in a route and it'll give you all the caches within a certain radius of that route. Pretty much things that you don't need, but if you're really serious about geocaching, then you can access those features.
I'm glad turtles don't run away from people with cameras.
they do if you pick them up.
No, if you pick them up, they just hide in their shell and poop a lot.
Hey, turtle.
What's up?
What up, homie? Gonna walk away? What?
All I need is a place to get